Welcome everyone. In today's lesson, we are going to look at managing underperformance in an organization. So, management of underperformance is actually one of the functions of human resource department to make sure that the employees are performing to the expectation, the organization is doing well in terms of the productivity, in terms of delivering the services to the client. So, as an organization, we need to have and a performance management mechanism in place because you have such incident whereby the employees are not performing well. So it's upon the management of the organization, especially the human resource department, to make sure that such an performance is managed to make sure that the organization achieves its goals and objectives at the end of the day. So when talk of underperformance, we are talking about a situation where individual or a team fails to meet the expected standards. Okay, that is their performance is below the standard. That's what we call underperformance. Okay, it could be individual, of course. The organizational performance depends on the performance of individual employees. So if the employees are not performing to the expectations, of course, it's the organization which suffers. It means that the organization is also underperforming. So as a manager or as a human resource person, you need to make sure that each and every employee in an organization is meeting the standards which is set by the organization. So that's the definition of underperformance. It's basically where you don't meet the required standard or your performance is never below the standard which was set by the organization. So underperformance is also different from management of underperformance. So on top of the management of underperformance, it's basically the strategies or interventions employed by the organization to make sure that issues to do with the underperformance are identified, analyzed, and resolved. So that is the definition of underperformance management. We're talking about the strategies or interventions employed by the organization to make sure that the issues of underperformance is identified at its earlier stage, analyzed, and resolved. So as a manager or as an organization, do not leave underperformance unaddressed or unresolved. Okay? Because if you don't solve it in time, it means that the output, okay, of the organization is going to be affected. Let me give you example. If you work in a private sector, profit-oriented organizations, okay, especially the manufacturing sector, the employees are not doing what is expected of them. Okay? It means that the output will not be there. Instead of producing 5 tons or whatever, if it is sugar, if it is what, in a week or in a month, you're not doing that. It becomes impossible. But if you are able to identify such incident before and resolve it, it means that you are saving a lot of costs. Okay? You are saving a lot of losses which the organization is going to be incurring because of underperformance. And underperformance can lead to a lot of issues. Okay? It can lead to customer dissatisfaction. Remember, in a private company or in a profit-oriented organization, customer is the center, okay, is the engine of the organizational growth. But if the customers are not satisfied with your services or products, it means that you are not making any progress. Actually, the business is going to collapse because the income, the salaries, the employees, the profits uh, comes from the customers. So it's very important you need to manage and perform. Even in humanitarian setting, okay, you also need to manage performance because if you don't manage the performance of these humanitarian workers, the population is going to suffer, the community is going to suffer. Okay? You have doctors who are not performing to the expectations. Okay? People are dying of sicknesses because the doctors are not performing. Okay? It's about disaster management. Okay? We have flood issues in Ebola, whatever it is. So the employees are not responding. effectively, it means that the community is going to suffer as a result of the flood because the employees who are supposed to be the humanitarian people who are supposed to be on the ground to give the humanitarian assistance are not doing what is expected of them. So underperformance has a lot of negative implications on the organization, being a private company or even national or international organization. So that's about the definition of underperformance management in an organization. So let us look at the common causes of underperformance. The first one is lack of clarity in job roles and responsibilities. If you remember yesterday we looked at the job description as an element of job analysis. If you do not have clear job description, then people are not going to be performing to the expectation. Because when they come to work, they are confused, they don't know what to do and whom to report to or whom to be supervised. Okay? So as a manager, you need to have a clear job description, a clear role. This is what you're supposed to be doing. In case of any problem, any challenge, this is your supervisor, you work with him to rectify the problem. That's what you call a clarity in job description. So that when people come to office, when people come to work, they know exactly what they're going to do and how they're going to be doing it and where to get the assistance from. Okay? So as a manager, make sure that the job description or the roles of each and every employee in an organization is clearly identified and documented to avoid issues to do with who is supposed to do this and what type. Excuse me, I have a thought. I I have a thought. Adesso questa cosa pure proprio non ma okay, sorry for that interruption. So the next causes or cause of underperformance is the insufficient training and skills. Okay? The recruitment is one thing. Training the employees on what is expected of them or what to do is another. So don't just recruit people or employees without giving them the necessary training. Because the actual work which is done in the office or in the field is not taught at university. Okay? It's not taught at university. So make sure that you need to train these employees on how to master their work. Because if you don't train them, of course, what happens is their performance is going to be below the standard. Okay? We have some software okay, we're using for management. We have the human resource management information system, we have the computerized accounting, okay, the QuickBook etc. This one they require additional training. So don't assume that everyone in an organization is knowledgeable about these softwares. Okay, make sure that you train them. So if you do not train them, that means that you are contributing to the underperformance. The next one is inadequate resource or tools. Okay. Resource will be in terms of human being, what for human resource. Yesterday we talked about qualitative and quantitative approaches of mental planning, which we looked at in the previous session. So in a department, we need to make sure that the department is well equipped with the, the number of employees who are going to be doing the work. Okay? If in a department you have 20 or 3 people and you are working in a very big organization, how do you expect them to perform? They will not. Okay? So make sure that the resource in terms of human resource is adequate. Okay? Make sure that the tools they're using, being a computer, even a car, make sure that those tools are available to make sure that they do perform. Because if you don't have the tools, the computers are very old, the softwares are not updated, powering the computer don't take time, etc. They are going to be dissatisfied with the job, which will affect their performance. The next cause of underperformance is low motivation and engagement. Okay? Motivation is not about how much you pay the workers. It's not about salary, because by law, everyone is entitled to salary. Okay? In human resource, we don't pay people, but we pay the job. after conducting the job analysis. Okay? This person is working as an accountant. We are paying the work of an accountant, not the person who is doing the work as an accountant. That means that salary is not an element of motivation, but we call them hygiene factors. Okay? The absence of salary at workplace can lead to a job dissatisfaction, but not motivation. Okay? So make sure that you keep your employees motivated. Motivation is simple things, very simple things. Having friendly work environment, having recognition for people who are extremely done well. Okay, saying thank you alone is enough to motivate someone. Okay, don't be like a manager who sells, who embarrasses the employees. Even if you give that person $50,000, but if the working environment is hostile, then there is no motivation. Okay. Then the last one is the ineffective communication or collaboration. So you have not clearly explained to the employees what is expected of them. Okay, the target are not explained. So how do you expect the employees to perform when you have not explained to them the target? So you need to make sure that you always explain to your employees the target, what is expected of them, so that when they come to work, they really know what they are supposed to be doing. And also collaboration or the teamwork is very important. Don't let people to work individually. In an organization, we are working as a team. Okay? We don't encourage individualism. Individualism is not allowed in an organization setting. So that's why we have different departments. Different departments have about 3 or 5 people depending on the size of the organization. Even in big organizations, you may find that in one department can have more than 50 employees, just in one department. Okay? But they need to work together. But if they don't collaborate, it means that certain tasks will not be performed to the expectation. For example, if I'm lacking some skills from certain aspects, who will learn from such if I'm to work alone? Okay. So as a manager, make sure that we encourage teamwork in an organization to avoid the issues of underperformance. Because if I work with someone, my weakness will not be noticed. That means the organization is going to perform. Because all we need is the organization performance, not the individual performance. So these are some of the common causes of underperformance in an organization. As human resource managers, as managers, you need to familiarize yourself with. So having looked at that, now let us look at the steps in underperformance management. What do we do to make sure that we manage this underperformance? So don't be like a manager who does not encourage underperformance. Yes, we know underperformance is not good, but make sure that you manage it. With some managers, they don't manage it. As long as you are performing below the expectation, you are fired. Okay? You don't just fire employees because of underperformance. Make sure that we are both as a manager, make sure that we manage their performance. So the first step is you need to set clear expectations. Okay? What is expected of the employees? Okay? For example, you can say this week we want to produce 5 bags or 500 bags of cement this week only. That expectation has to be explained to the employees and how they are going to be doing the work. That's what we call the standards. Every work has a standards to follow. It has to go through certain standards for it to be approved. So such kind of standards you need to explain to the employees very well. Okay? Then ensure clarity and the understanding. Make sure that the employees have understood what you're intended them. They have understood the targets. They have understood the goal. Because lack of understanding is the beginning of confusion. Someone is confused and his or her performance is going to be below the expectation because he or she has not understood what you have been communicating to him or her. So make sure that your information is well understood by the employees. So that is the under step number one for setting clear expectations. Okay? So if you have the expectations and standards in place, but you're not explaining for clarity, so that the employees can understand, then there's no tangible results you're going to get. The next one is performance monitoring. Okay, so you need to make sure that you evaluate the performance of employees. Okay? That's what we call performance appraisal. It's very important. Okay? The human resource department always does that to identify areas of weaknesses. to see whether the employees are on the right track or not. Okay. So you need to make sure that you evaluate their performance to measure whether the employees are performing to the expectations or there are any deviations from the standard set and identify the gap. Okay. So under performance monitoring, you still need to identify areas of underperformance. I cannot be perfect in everything. Okay, so you need to know where my weakness comes from, so that you can design strategy to make sure that such a weakness is addressed. So that is the step number two of managing underperformance in an organization. The third step is now identify the causes. Okay? Why is this employee underperforming? What could be the problem? It's very important. Okay? It could be individual problem, or it could be even the organization itself. Okay? Maybe the organizational policy, the work environment is not friendly. Okay? The tools at work is not giving the employees the joy of the work. Every time you come to work, you stress because of the computer. Okay? So these are some of the causes you need to identify as a manager, because you cannot address something you don't know its cause. Okay? It's very important you need to know the cause. Yeah, it's just like going to the hospital. You tell the doctor I'm having headache. They have to do examination to check whether it's malaria, whether it's typhoid, then they will pick it from there. Okay? Don't be like these doctors, when you say you are having headache, they give you Panadol. Okay? They give you painkiller. But the painkiller is just going to give you temporary relief, but still not solve the problem. So the best way of solving the problem is by conducting medical examination to find out the real cause of the headache. It's the same thing in managing underperformance. Then the next step is feedback and communication. Okay, it's very important. You need to give feedback to the employees, being negative or positive. Okay, I've been overemphasizing on this. As a manager, don't fear to give negative feedback to employees. Okay, negative feedback is very important because it will help the employees to improve on the areas of weaknesses. Don't always be happy to give positive feedback. You also need to give negative feedback to the employees. Okay? So you need to discuss improvement areas and solutions with the individual employees who are not doing well. Okay? Call them in your office. Discuss with them. This is what is happening. You're not doing this. What will be the problem? How can we help you? Okay? That's how you keep your employees engaged. But if you don't want to do that with them, don't discuss or observe with them, you don't propose solution, of course the performance will continue to deteriorate. And what happens is the organization can go to terrible disaster. If it is a profit-making organization, which depends on the customers. Because the service they're offering are being consumed by the customer. If they are not getting the quality service from you, of course, they will not be continually buying from you. And what happens is that you will fail the business. Your competitors will be the one to enjoy. So that is the step number four of managing performance in our organization. The fifth step is you need to develop improvement plans. So when you talk of improvement plans, you need to call the individual employees. That's what we call collaboration. You need to collaborate with them and suggest the kind of plan you have for them. It's about the training, it's about job rotation, whatever plan you're going to implement. You need to make sure that you involve the individual employees so that they know the plan the organization has for them in terms of improving their performance. Okay? Then you need to set goals and timelines and strategies. Okay? Timelines can be in terms of the deadlines. This is where we're going to do from this period to this period. And the could be training, it could be uh, capacity build, whatever you're going to offer to make sure that you bridge the gap is going to be explained clearly to the employees. That is the under development plan. Okay? Then the next one is support and resources. You can provide support. The support can be financial in terms of financing the training given to the employees, or it could be allocating someone like a coach or mentor to make sure that such employee learn from. So that is the support you need to give to the employees who are not performing. Then you need to enhance his skills and the capability. So how do you enhance skill and capability? Okay. The first one is of course by training. Okay. The second one is by mentorship or coaching. So the other one is by job rotation. I don't know if you know what job rotation is. Job rotation is basically taking employees working in different units but within the same department. Okay. For example, you can be an accountant today, tomorrow they make you the finance officer. You know, from there they take you to the payroll officer, things like that. Okay. That's what you call job rotation within the same department. It helps you to expand your skill as far as your department is concerned. So that is how you offer support to the employees who are underperforming. So with that, we are going to look at now the benefit of performance management. Why is it important for a manager or for an organization to manage the performance of the employees? Okay? It facilitates growth and development. Okay? Because under performance management is basically training given to employees to enhance their skills. And if you train someone today, you are actually developing the person is skill wise. Okay, you're developing that person. By the end of the day, the person don't have variety of skills on how certain tasks are supposed to be done. So the individual employees are growing and developing. Actually, this will also translate into organizational development and the growth. Okay? The organization will have competent employees. The organization will have people who are really knowledgeable of the task they are supposed to be doing. Then the next one is it enhances individual and team performance. Okay. The individual employees who are not performing well will be working together. You have someone who's coaching you, you have someone who's mentoring you, they'll be working together as a team to make sure that they improve the performance of the organization. Even the performance of the team itself is going to improve because in a team you have maybe about 5 or 6 people depending on the project you're working on. Okay, it's normally led by a team leader. So everyone contributes to the success of the project. So by doing that, the performance of the team is going to improve, and also the organizational performance is going to increase. Then it fosters a culture of continuous improvement. Okay? Today I'm not doing well. Then I'm taking for training. Okay? After today, maybe next tomorrow, you see that I'm already doing better. So that's what we call continuous improvement. From bad, okay, to good. Okay? That's how we improve from bad to good. So don't only focus on, as a manager, don't only focus on employees who are performing well. Those who are not performing well, they are part of the organization. Because one of the things the organization is supposed to avoid is high turnover rate. Okay? The labor turnover is about people coming to the organization leaving. They come to make resign. It's not good. It is called the reputation of the organization. People will start questioning how the organization does its thing in terms of management. How come people are coming today to the organization tomorrow they are resigning? What is happening in the organization? So your reputation as an organization is not good, and also you, the human resource manager or the manager of the organization, is also people will be questioning your management style. Okay, so make sure that certain employees who are not performing well actually on the board together with you. Then the next thing is the challenge of underperformance management. Identifying the root cause actually is the challenge. Okay? Because we may think that the reason of the underperformance is because of the maybe technology, because of the tools. Yet it could be because of the individual incompetence. Okay? Or you may think that the performance, reasons for underperformance is because of the individual incompetency whom it is the tools they're using for doing work. So it becomes sometimes very difficult for you to know exactly what is the cause of what is the cause of underperformance. The next one is also resistance to change or feedback. This is where when the appraisal result is out and it's not good, someone is not performing well, the person tries to be defensive. Okay? They reject the result. No, this is not me. I've been doing ABCD, I'm doing well. How come I'm receiving negative feedback? Okay? That's what we call resistant. Employees sometimes will not accept that they are not performing well. They will do whatever it takes to defend their performance. So you also need to be aware of that. So it becomes a challenge to the manager because the people who are trying to help improve their performance are resisting the results of their performance. Okay. Then we have limited resources for time constraint. That's also another factor, another challenge facing you have a project you're running, but you have employees who are not performing. So what do you do? Okay. Do you need to give additional resource to train them, or do you need to go and hire from outside? What do you do? So it becomes I think a challenge to managers, giving the limited resources, giving the limited time, so the employees are not performing. What can you do to make sure that you improve their performance in the meantime? So these are some of the challenges facing managers in their attempt to manage performance in an organization. So what is the action plan now? Okay. You've identified that the employees are not performing in an organization. Maybe the reason is because of individual incompetencies. Maybe the reason is because of the tools they're using. So what next? So in the action plan, we are just talking about the strategies, the timeline given to the employee to make sure that their performance is going to be improved. So here we are saying that the step and timeline to understand employees to improve their performance. Okay. So if you don't understand their performance, there is no way you're going to improve their performance. So it's better that you understand their performance to make sure that they are on the right track. So action plan also helps you to hold individual employees accountable. The accountability is very important. Okay? And also it helps you to track progress, whether someone who has not been performing well now are doing well. So all this goes for an action plan to make sure that manage the performance of the employees actually. So some of the strategies of implementing the action plan is you need to identify specific performance area required improvement. Okay? Like I told you from the beginning that someone can be good in certain areas, but is lacking somewhere. So as a manager, you need to identify such areas so that you can tailor the training program to improve on the performance. Otherwise, if you do not identify the areas of improvement, then tailoring the training program becomes very difficult. Okay. Because you may end up designing a training program for someone who really already have the skills. That means that you have wasted the resources. Okay. So make sure that such areas of improvement is always identified so that you can tailor a relevant training program to address the problem once and for all. Then you can use the data, the feedback from performance appraisal to identify the areas of weakness. So that's the advantage of having a performance appraisal management system in an organization. It is good that document that you are able to identify the areas where the employees actually are not doing well and they need your help. So that is the implementation plan to make sure that your employees are performing to your expectations. Then you need to collaborate with the underperforming employees to develop the improvement solutions. Don't isolate them. Okay? Bring them on board. Explain to them each and every step the organization is taking to make sure that their performance are improved. So their involvement alone, the plan is very important because they're having suggestions. They will tell you, for me, I have this issue, for me, I have that issue. So it will help you a lot as a manager to make sure that you expand the scope of your training, to make sure that the problem at hand is addressed. Then you also need to identify the resources and support needed for specific training. Okay? It could be hiring external trainer, it could be assigning someone, a senior officer within the organization to facilitate the training, to make sure that we improve on the performance. So that one also depends on the organizational training and also the resources. Very resource organization for them, they depend on hiring consultancy. That's why you find the NGOs are advertising for consultancy. It's because they have identified a gap and they want the gap to be addressed. So that is how you have your implementation plan in place to make sure that you manage the performance of your employees. Then you also need to provide necessary training, coaching okay, to enhance the skills and knowledge. I've already explained that point. And also, you need to offer opportunities for professional development and growth. Maybe in terms of promotion, if someone has worked in an organization for over 5 years or 10 years, the person has the skills, the person has academic qualifications, why don't you promote the person? Okay? Because promotion itself is an element of motivation. Someone can be asking just himself, I'm here for the last 10 years. I have all the qualifications, I have ABCD. How come that for you, you are not promoting, but someone who came yesterday is being promoted? Okay? So you are going to create a conflict in an organization. So make sure that such opportunities, if they are there, give them to the employees, people who really deserve them, not just anyhow. And then this one also depends on the organizational policy. Okay? Some organizations for them they prefer promotion based on seniority. By seniority, I mean that how long have you been working in that organization before they give you promotion? Whereas other organizations, for them, they consider performance. So their promotion is done on performance based. Okay? So you need to look at some of these dynamics as you think of giving opportunities for involvement. Then it's still an opportunity for development. You can think of job rotation. They have already explained what job rotation is. Putting employees to work in different units but within the same department. That's what we call job rotation. It's an element of improving the performance of the employees. It's also an element of making sure that the employees expand their skills within the same setting. Or you can offer job enrichment, which is basically expanding the scope of the employees in an organization. Then we also encourage employees in participation. Okay? If there is anything to do with the workshop, you have to participate. If there's anything to do with training, even if the training is in one department, of course, other departments can also join the training program. That's all an element of expanding the knowledge and skills of the employees in an organization. So the next thing is you need now to assess the effectiveness of those strategies. If it's the training, you're training the employees, is there any improvement in their performance? That's how you measure, how you assess the effectiveness of your strategies. It's about the coaching. Has it worked? It's about mentorship. Has it really worked? It helps you also to re-strategize. But if you don't assess or evaluate the strategy, you may find that the training, the coaching, the mentorship have not impacted them. So by doing that, you have not made any move. Okay? The performance will still remain the same. After you all invest in the money, the time, the resources, the organization has to make sure that the performance of the employees improve, we are just still in the same form. Then you need to also recognize and reinforce improvement in motivation. Okay? So if someone has really improved, okay, the person has improved from the previous way or how he also has been doing the work, you need to recognize that. That's an element of motivation. And also it will make other employees and organizations work extra hard so that in the next time they will be the one to be recognized. So recognition actually offers two things. One is motivating the person who has done well, and also to make someone who has not been doing well to make sure that he also improves from his or her performance so that next time he will be recognized. So that is how you offer recognition in an organization for extremely done well. Then you need to address issues of underperformance promptly and privacy. Privacy is very important. Don't come and start shouting at your employees in front of others because of maybe because you have not done well. Call the person in office as a manager. Do whatever you want to do. You know, when it comes from there, it's okay. To avoid stigmatization. Okay? So if you shout at someone in front of the employees, he also feels stigmatized. So more when it comes to work, that thing is in his mind. So you are going to affect his performance in an organization. So make sure that he is told in the office and then he discuss his performance with you and then address it from you. Don't leave it. Don't keep it. Because the more you keep it, it's don't accumulate. That will come to solve it becomes a problem. Solving it at the early stage is the best solution. Then you need to provide feedback and offer solutions. The feedback can be both positive and negative. Don't be afraid to give negative feedback to employees. Negative feedback is very important because someone said, okay, I've not been doing well in this area now. Let me work out and start doing well. So you have saved the money. Instead of you training, even taking to another coaching or mentorship, himself is doing out from the department. That's the right thing. So don't be afraid as the manager to give a negative feedback to your staff. Negative feedback is very important. Then ensure fairness and consistency in addressing and performance. Don't segregate. This one comes from this region, this one is a lady, this one is like this. No, treat them equal. It's about training all the underperforming employees. Okay? It's about coaching, whatever strategies you're going to put in place to avoid underperformance, it has to be equal. Don't segregate. Because if you segregate, it's the organization is going to suffer at the end of the day. Okay? Like I've told you from the beginning that the performance of the organization actually depends on the performance of individual employees. If the employees are not doing well, they are underperforming automatically, the organization suffers. So these are some of the ways how you implement the action plan to make sure that you manage the performance of your employees in your organization. So with that,